因为身体碰不到啊。哪有那姐姐就教我？姐姐是你按我没学到我。
Hello everyone. So my name is Jenny, and Ruby has already told my name. And then I'm also a graduate student in MTU, and my major is linguistics. It's 语言学. So today, you really learned like how to describe your family, right? So Grace told you how to describe like your family members, father, mother, and then probably have uncles, aunts, right? And then Grace, Kathy, and then Kathy told you how to describe your status. So now we're going to learn another kind of family, like for example, like if you two got married. Just practice Okay, so Simon and Xu, they married and then they have a kid. Yeah. They got divorced. So like you marry another woman. Can I have your name? Okay, so Vivian is do you know how to call her? It's your second mother, right? So she's your stepmother. But it's kind of like certain reason, like if they got divorced or some reason. So today we're going to learn some terms, and then those words usually begin with step, blah blah blah, and then like stepfather, stepmother, and then there's also daughter, stepson, and etc. So let's take a look at page 30. It's lesson 2. Turn to page 30. Okay, and then now I'm going to ask you questions, and then I want you practice those sentences. So now let's take a look at the number 1, the first picture. And then you are Zach, and then I'm going to ask you a question. So who is Barry? And then Barry is my stepfather. He is my mother's husband. So it means that they have a new family and they got a new father. So Barry is his second father. So you can say it that Zach is Barry's stepson. So you have stepfather here, and then stepson. So it means that they form a new family, and then the kid, the boy, Zach here, he's Barry's stepson. Clear? Is it clear? So imagine the situation like you two got married. And then if you divorce and then you haven't marry a new guy, like you married have a new guy, and then so this is your son, so he is your stepfather. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's practice next one. So you're Beth, and I'm going to ask you a question. So who is Gina? Gina is. Yeah. So they form a new family, and then Gina is her second mother, and it is her stepmother. And then let's take a look at number 3 because they are quite similar. So who is Carl? Carl is my stepsister. Stepson, yeah. I married his father 3 years ago. Yeah, so just like this very similar as what we talked about. Like if you got a new family and then the relationship like stepfather and like in this case, Gail is Carl's like stepmother and then Carl is her stepson. Got it? Okay, so let's practice another picture. So who is Tina? Okay, so who is Mike? Mike is Tina's stepfather. Yeah, and then let's take a look at number 2 and number 4. So number 2 and number 4 is a little bit different. So in this case, like, okay, who is Jim? Okay, so their relationship is like this. Like, so it's like they all have their own family, but probably they got divorced and then the two married. So the two kids, they call each other stepbrother and stepsister. Yeah, but take a look at number 4. Number 4. Okay, so who is Dana?
Dana is my sister. We have the same mother, different fathers.
Okay, so in this case, they are like they have the same mother, but they have different father. Yeah. So it's 就是他的妈妈就是同母异父。
人家只是离过婚，然后结不行啊，你们怪。
So the two, if the woman marries a guy, and then they got a new kid, this Dana. So they have the same mother, but different father. So the two they are half sister and half brother. So can you distinguish the difference? Like they have different father and different mother, but they have in this case they have the same mother. Okay, so let's practice. Let's take a look at the part C, listening comprehension, and then page 30. And then I want you to listen carefully, and I will just listen once, and I will stop it, and then let's check the answer, and then move to the next question.
Page 30, Exercise C, Listening Comprehension. Listen to the speakers and infer the relationships. Use the vocabulary to complete each statement. Listen again if necessary. Speaker 1.
Well, after a few years, my brother finally got married again. His new wife is really nice. She has 3 daughters, and I know he loves them a lot.
Speaker 2.
Okay, so her brother marries again, and then has the children. So how do we call them? Her brother has 3 stepdaughters. Okay, very good. Okay, let's take a listen.
Carol and I are very close. Her mom married my dad when I was about 7, so we really grew up together.
Speaker 3.
Okay, so they grew up together, but they have different parents. So Carl is his stepbrother.
My parents got divorced when I was only 3. After a few years, my father married again. We don't live together, but I call his new wife Mom.
So the girl has a new mother, the second mother, so it's her stepmother.
Speaker 4.
Leo's a great kid. I'm really glad I married his mother. The 3 of us are really happy together.
Okay, so the man marries again and then has some children, so it's her stepson.
Speaker 5.
Peg and I have the same father.
My mom is his stepmother. His mother is my father's ex-wife.
Yeah, so they have the same father. Have you listened to that word? They have the same father. So Hank is her. That you can use this term. 同父异母或是同母异母 so half brother. Okay, so in this lesson we're going to learn how to describe the relationship, and I know you already practice how to describe your family's relationship. So there are some so this question called information question, and when we form the information question, usually we'll use the WH word, question word. So can you tell me any WH words, question words? Like, for example, what begins with WH?
What?
When? Who? Where to ask the place? And probably why, but in this case, we seldom use why to ask people's family. And then in your textbook, in first column, take a look at the last two sentences. So you can also use how. So when you use how many, what are you going to ask? The number, yeah, your family, how many family members do you have? And then how often, what do you use? Yeah, the for frequency. Okay, and after that we have the auxiliary verb. So I think you're already familiar with this sentence pattern, do and does. So when we use does, it is the subject, the singular form of the noun, like 单数的名词. So we use does, and otherwise we will use do. And then here the verb is the base form, 原形动词, right? So now I want you to read the sentence together. The first one is, what do your in-laws do? What do your in-laws do? So this one is to ask 职业, right? Occupation. Okay, the next one. Where do their grandpas live? So it's to ask the place. Okay, and the next one. When do you visit your aunt? So it's to ask what the time. And the next one is to ask frequency. How often you call your nephew? Okay, and then next one is to ask numbers. So let's read together. How many cousins do they have? Okay, so now I want you to practice, and then I know you already bring your the family pictures, right? So this time, because I want you to practice how to use the do and does form. So I want you to practice it with your partner. And then you ask use the WH words to ask to know more about their family. And then I will ask one group to present. You have to tell us your partner's family. So in this case, you will use the singular form. Okay. So find your partner and then have your picture and to practice those information questions. Okay. Let's start.
不行啊，我有女儿啦。我觉得我这样写的真的太好了，他应该能加分。
Okay, so time's up, and then anyone wants to present your partner's family and to share with everyone? Does anyone want to be the volunteer? Or let's have. Does your want to present? So you have to like tell everybody like your partner's family background, okay? And the information question that you ask to your partner. Okay, so let me ask you, how many sisters does she have? Or how many brothers does she have? She has. Or you want to tell everybody like how many sisters or brothers do you have? So she has one sister. Okay, so she has one sister. Right? So do you want to one question ask him? You said one more about his family. So okay, so if you want to introduce your partner, you have to say he has one brother. Yeah, so he has one brother. Okay, so once about time. So let's call your day, and then you the part B, the grammar practice. Please do it at home, and then next week we'll have another teacher to take the answers. Okay, thank you.